not a good situation down here right now. We're open up down. We're down another 17 S&Ps. S&Ps are trading 795. It's new territory right now.
We're testing the lows from 03. I think 780 was the old low from 2003, and we're actually breaking through it. So, I mean, this is historic in nature.
Market's at a 5-year low. We have problems. We're 45% off our high. Market's lost half its value right now. There's trouble.
There's a lot of people thinking, I can't believe it, we broke 820. I can't believe we broke 800. Disbelief keeps elevating on a weekly basis.
One half under half. There's problems in the market right now, real serious problems. I don't think we're going to get a bounce. It could be ugly today.
These are absolutely delicate times. People haven't seen this type of market.
Right.
I mean, nothing like this. This is absolutely making history.
Oh, jeez.
It's been a complete wipeout.
Customers really are unsure in this market. We have a lot of guys here who have been on the trading floor for over 20 years. And even some of those guys, in talking with them, they're like, you know what? Yeah, we've lost money too.
Stock closed at 605, and the best offer right now is 635. So I don't think you really want to do that. The crazy thing is, it never looks like the market can rally.
I've lost money, no question. Yeah, I'll fill you in later. On top of that, today is Expiration Friday, and the tension is pretty thick.
Is he getting through group 1 or 2? Or?
Nick Swim, Scott, may I help you? Third Friday of every month is Expiration Friday. And in the options world, that's the busiest day. You want it to open lower. We tell people expiration week, which is the week leading up to that Friday.
No vacations, no days off.
No anything. You show up for work unless you're dead.
This is a very strange city, and only in Chicago will you hear a parent say, we can't go away that week, it's expiration week.
With everything going on in the market and it being Expiration Friday, there's exceptional trading activity. So the trade desk is under a lot of stress. So everybody just kind of has to step up their game a little bit.
It's a gray, rainy day in New York, and I headed over to a restaurant to meet Ron Shear. Ron is a very well-respected trader. He's a great guy to talk to about Wall Street. And hopefully I'll get 1 or 2 good ideas that I want to pursue going forward. Ron ran a very successful broker-dealer trading platform. He sold the business somewhere near the highs, and he's getting antsy, and he sees opportunity here in the embers of this crash.
What's doing today?
Want to go upstairs?
Want to sit upstairs? Okay, we'll sit upstairs.
Good.
All right, thank you.
Ron is a sophisticated investor. You know, we will look to work together on some level.
What's good in the world?
The stakes are good.
The stakes are good. The rest of the world's got problems.
So we're winding down one of the worst years in history.
Mm-hmm.
What the hell happened?
You're coming out of something, I guess you might call it a fool's paradise. I always said that the dirty little secret in Wall Street was leverage. If you look back 5-6 years ago, they borrowed a lot of money, but they had to put up some slice of equity in their own money. Maybe they put up 35 or 40%. Now they got to a point where you only had to put up 20 cents on the dollar. Well, if you only put up 20 cents on a dollar and you buy Haraz Gaming like somebody did, and people stop going to Vegas because the economy slows, there you go.
Right.
When you have management at these large Wall Street firms and banks that are public companies, they have no downside to the risk. The stockholders' risk. So what happens is the management's all geared up to the bonus system and the stock option system. The management goes out and takes all this trading risk, they leverage up. Now they have 2 good years. They're getting checks, millions and millions of dollars in checks. They don't have their name on the door. No one knows them if it falls apart. And they didn't take any risk. It wasn't their money.
At 2.5.
5% was S-bomb, 5% was Misty, at least 10%. I got 10 between 3 of you guys.
It's hard to believe. Just a year ago, the market was trading at near record highs.
Here's a chart of the S&P 500 index going back 10 years, and this is pretty telling. Let's go back to October of '02, and you can see here a low of 768. Now let's slide over to here we are testing these highs of 2007, and then the big break, and look at how steep this decline was, and we see a low of 776 as of today. So basically about 8 points above that low that was put in place in October of 2002.
At 12. It's critical for this market to hold these levels. It represents a bottoming process that occurred when the internet bubble burst, and now we need to see it hold to here for people to gain confidence in the market to start investing again.
So we've got about 10 points to go, and after that it will be new lows for this market dating back to the mid-90s.
Right now we're trading a very scared market. I mean, I've never seen it like this. I've never seen it sustain this long.
We're down 50% nearly in the S&P 500, which hasn't happened since, I don't think, like the 70s and the Great Depression. It's horrible.
The market was down roughly like 47% in 1931. I think currently we're real close to that. That $12 put spread, did I ever think I'd be trading down here and see that or witness that? Never.
Worst case scenario, I think, is not only people like losing their homes, but I mean living on the streets and like, you know, scurrying for food again. I mean, you start, those thoughts start to come into your head when you see something like this going on.
What's he doing? Everybody was waiting for the next crash, but everyone thought it would be a weak event. This has been a 2.5, 3 month crash. One bid! One bid! Just when you think it's getting better, it's getting worse.
Right now, there just doesn't appear to be an end to it. It's really starting to play on the psychology of everybody down here.
There's a lot more edginess, a lot more uncertainty. I think people are looking for the bottom right now and they're not finding it. I think people are realizing, hey, this isn't working out as well as it was before. You know, the glory days are behind us.
There's panic in here. There's traders trying to cover positions.
There's nights when you go home and you're sweating in bed and thinking about the potential of what might happen, especially if you get hung on a position late in the day.
I mean, there are people that are no longer here over the last couple months, and there's trading firms that no longer exist. This market crash has got its fingers in everybody. The tension in the crowd, I mean, it's packed in and it's like a keg ready to explode out there, a powder keg, it really is.
I'm looking at the clock, it's 2:51. There's about 23 minutes left to the end of the day. Right now in the SPX, it's just falling apart out there. November contracts are all expiring, and we've sold off really hard in the last few minutes. We're down big, and we're going down further, it looks like. So it's pretty scary.
1080, 1180, 1080, 1180.
Here's that chart again, and here we are seeing the market fall off today. Currently 747. So we're taking out these lows from 2002. And it's just unbelievable what we're seeing right now. I mean, this is historical.
140 or 110.5?
This is a low going back, I don't even know how, it goes back to the mid-90s at best. So we're just seeing this market break down.
Our group just sent a couple extra hands out there just to help process the order flow that's coming through all the terminals and through the phones.
You hear the volume levels on the floor have just picked up dramatically. I mean, you can hear the SPX over there, it's roaring. Here is escalating, and it just looks like there's no end to the selling pressure on the market. It's like we're sitting here watching the decline of Western civilization in a really sad way. I mean, hopefully that's not the case. And the bell just sounded. There's 2 minutes left in the trading day.
It's been a long week. These guys are going to be counting the seconds until they get out of there and finish this day up.
Gary 200! That's a historic day for you right there. That's a historic day. This is the lowest close, I think, since 2001. I mean, it's huge. The last 2 days we've been down 120 S&Ps. I mean, you tell me, I don't know. It's a coin flip where we can be tomorrow morning. I don't know, but what I do know, there'll be a lot of sleepless nights tonight. We are basically 100 S&Ps below, 1,000 Dow points below the last bottom that we got a real good bounce off. So where's the next one going to be? I don't know. I don't know if it's here. I don't know if it's 100 points now. This is a devastating situation right now. I mean, there's serious going on. Exhausted, and I've never seen anything like this. I can't emphasize that enough. Where we close today is alarming, really alarming. I mean, it's like, I don't even know how to put it into terms. The S&P has lost over 50% of its value. The Dow has lost over 50% of its value this year. That's scary. I mean, like I said, I never thought I'd see that in my lifetime. It's just beyond scary. Hopefully it rebounds. I don't think so, but hopefully it will.